What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Chris Eubank Jr. and Chris Eubank Sr. Get this. Eubank Jr. reveals his father has not spoken to him since the Benn fight was made. Wow. Chris Eubank Jr. has revealed that his father was opposed to him facing Conor Benn on October 8th and has not spoken to him since the fight was confirmed. Eubank Jr. and Benn went head-to-head at a press conference on Friday to announce their clash at the London's O2 Arena, which countries the family feud that saw their famous fathers, Chris Sr. and Nigel, clash in two memorable fights in the 1990s. Neither of the fathers was at the press conference, but while Nigel is expected to fly in from his home in Australia, Chris Sr. is not answering his son's phone calls. There was a disagreement between the father and the son about whether to take the fight now. And while Chris Sr. believed it would have been better to wait a year to build up that fight, his son was not willing to take that risk of losing out on a big payday. He said, "My old man has gone MIA, missing in action," Eubank Jr. said. "I haven't seen or heard from him in a few days since the fight was announced, which is shocking. I don't know where he is or what he's doing, but I can't get a hold of him. I know that he wanted me to wait. He said that the fight would be bigger if you wait another year, both get a few more wins, build the fight, build the rivalry, and then get in on the football stadium next year with more money and more exposure." Because this fight did kind of come out of the left field, I didn't say it is a rush job or premature, but it is a quick turnaround. And his view was that we should wait and let it marinate. I wasn't willing to let it wait. The opportunity here is here now. Yeah, we might make more money if we wait another year, but other things can happen, and I wasn't willing to give up the opportunity. There has been times in my career where things have been presented to me and I have waited and then they haven't come to fruition. I wasn't willing to take that risk with this fight, so we are going to get it on in a couple months with or without my father's blessing. I think he's going to come around to eventually, and hopefully he will be fully involved in it. We will have to wait and see. Those are the words of Chris Eubank Jr. Let me counterpunch. I feel that if their only disagreement is about the waiting time, I don't think it should be a problem. I think it'll mow over. I think, Chris Eubank Sr. loves his son to death. I think that, and a lot of times we have these type of fighters that, where Conor Benn is actually too, I can't say too small, but he's definitely young. Okay, he's 25 years of age. He may be too small. We'll see on the day if he can handle someone big like Chris, because Chris is only coming down 2 pounds. Conor is going up, and he's not a big welterweight anyhow. So, if that was the reason, I could understand it, but it's not. It's just, hey, you need to wait. We need to wait so it can be a bigger fight. Therefore, I'm mad at you. Therefore, I won't support you. I don't think that's going to be the case. Now, again, if it was the case that, hey, you shouldn't be fighting Conor Benn, he doesn't have enough experience. You're bigger than him anyway. Wouldn't want you to fight him. I think that brings and builds up and sprouts up a lot of bad blood, and I'm against it. That would be a legitimate reason why you shouldn't answer your son's phone calls, not because he decided to take a business decision without your blessing. Timing is everything, and timing is very important on certain situations, but he is right. I mean, Chris Eubank Jr. took this fight for money. Let's make no mistake about it. He knew what it would bring. He knew what it would bring out from the history of their two families. He knew it would. He knew what will happen. It's sold out right now, for Christ's sake. So we already know that it's going to do very well. It's going to be an O2 classic, absolutely, as long as it lasts, right? So Chris Eubank, I remember when him and his son and himself had the Golovkin fight, and all of a sudden things didn't go right because I believe, though, how Chris Eubank Sr. wanted certain things done and it didn't happen and the fight fell through. Okay? those fights are very fickle when it comes to negotiation. So sometimes you can jump the gun. Sometimes because you jump the gun, things don't happen. And in this case, Chris Eubank was like, hey, that fight's going to be there. Let it, Senior's like, let it wait. And, Chris Eubank saying, no, I'm not going to let it wait. I'm going to get this money. But I think if it's all down to money, I don't think it should be a big problem, honestly, because I don't think this is big enough to split up this family like that. He's probably just mad right now, but as close to the fight gets done, I think he will start answering phone calls or, in fact, reach out himself to aid his son to victory like he had over Conor Benn's dad. Bars. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Chris Eubank Jr. saying that his father is not returning his phone calls, Chris Eubank Sr. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.